Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drop Bag. I can still not say it. Drop Bag Podcast. We need to rename this podcast.
I mean, can you say it 3 times fast without
No,
stuttering? I don't
that's
think so.
so. I'm
Tongue
like,
twister.
why am I sticking with this name? Okay, the Drop Bag Podcast, and today we have a super fun guest, Sarah Gage, with us today. I just want to start off by introducing you a little bit, Sarah. I'll give you a second to maybe like add on something if I miss. And this is all just, like, researching, Instagram,
Stalking.
sign up kind of things. So, I'm just gonna start with, Sarah has been racing for a while. I would say you're racing, like, in the past and maybe what you have come up is, um, like, it seems to be like you have a pretty planned out calendar, like 3 to 4 races per year. And, there's been a few, like, Black Canyon that you've kind of built, like, you did the 50K and then a longer like, you've kind of built on some of your races as well, so I'll just throw that out there, but also in when your profile, it has, that you coach, you're a music lover, and an ambassador for I think is it Maple?
Untapped. Yeah.
Untapped.
Mhm.
Okay, and Megan just had to leave. Apparently, she got the call, so we'll see if she comes back. But Megan was just talking about in one of our recent podcasts that she had used Untapped in her race and loved it.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. It's just really simple. Like, I feel like, in races when there's nothing else that really sounds good, it's like you can't plan for that, but, like, late in races, just how simple it is and how just, like, easy it goes down. Also, you can slurp that stuff really fast, and then it's like I mean, it's great, and it's really tasty, and so, yeah, I really like it. So it's been great partnering with them a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly what Megan said. She's like, it's almost like water. It goes down so quick and
Mhm.
easy. And I like the idea of maybe having something kind of like a little bit more natural. We're just inhaling all of these goos and gels and foods. And sometimes I'm like, I have no idea what's in here. It seems like that one you can maybe be a little bit more sure about what's going down.
Definitely. I mean, also another cool tie-in for that, company as well is so I'm originally from North Carolina, but my parents moved up to Vermont, like, 6 or 7 years ago, and so there's kind of this tie-in there that even though I'm not local to Vermont, I really love it. It's just a great state. It's beautiful, and so, yeah, I feel sentimental for the Vermont brand also, so
All right. Well, we're going to tap into that in a little bit because Megan's next race is Vermont 100. And you were last year's winner. So we're going to want to hear some good details about the Vermont 100. But first, did I miss anything? Like, those are kind of like your bios that I found on
no, that's
Instagram. And
yeah. No, that's great, thanks.
okay. So we'll talk more about each of those things, but that's kind of the idea so far. So to get started, we always share a drop bag item, and that can just be something that you're currently enjoying in your training. Maybe it is something that, like, every time you race, you make sure that's in your drop bag and it's kind of a go-to thing for you. Um, I'll go like well, what did I share? So, I have shared this before. I'm currently injured, so I'm not doing a lot of running, and so I just bought myself a new pair of swimming goggles. So that's my drop bag item of the week because I was swimming and I could hardly see, and so finally, I just went and got some new goggles, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a lot more enjoyable." So, if you are stuck doing some cross training or, maybe some swimming, my drop bag suggestion of the week is to also, like, get some decent equipment for whatever that cross training is that you can do if and when you are injured. So, Sarah, I'll pass it over to you. Do you have a drop bag item that you wanna share?
Though just, tagging off what you just said, if anyone watched Western States recently, they saw, Chris Myers cross the river, the snorkel and goggles. So you never know, you maybe should bring them to your
Yeah,
races
you
too
might
when you're
need that to c okay, that was so funny. Do you know what he was I don't know the backstory on that. Is there one?
I just heard he wanted to be funny and he wanted a memorable moment, and I saw this video of his pacer going like, "Are you sure you wanna be silly?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wanna be silly." So, it's like
Well, it
I think
worked
that's it.
because I was like, "What is going on?"
But for me, well, so I'm a really salty sweater, and I really like having different types and options for salt. So I like having some sort of, like, looser sort of electrolyte, which I like the base electrolyte. I like having, like, there's always, like, the drinks with all the sodium. There's, pills that have sodium, but I like to carry and have in my drop bags these various ones because sometimes you really don't want anything but water, so I don't wanna have electrolyte drink, and then it's like I also feel like that's a way to kind of be a little more flexible, in training and racing, to me, so, yeah, I anything salt is probably gonna be in my drop bag, which, I don't know, it's not as much fun as goggles, but that's
No,
just
it's more fun, trust me, I'm not like, that was the most exciting thing about my swim is that I could see where I was going this week. Okay, but do you have, like, salt like, you mentioned kind of the various forms you can get that. Do you have any brands that you really like and usually use?
So, in terms of, like, the loose salt is like electrolyte mixture, have you heard of the brand called Base Performance? It's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, there are these little, like, vials or whatever, and you lick your thumb, you flip it over, and you get, like, let's say, like, 250 milligrams of sodium per lick. And so
Okay,
it's
wait,
like
I have not heard about this. Like, I've just had it, like, in a big cooler at a race, they had base performance.
so you can just buy it online. So what's cool is, like, I don't remember how I first saw this. But it's come with me to all my races in the last year or 2, like, I just like, so it's this little, like, cylinder that I just stick in my pack, and then I try to have another one in my drop bag or the crew or whatever, or even you can throw that stuff in a baggie and then have an extra one on you, but it's just, like, such a fast way of, like, you don't know if you have other electrolyte drinks or whatever on course, but you have this reliable and it has more than just sodium, it has,
Mm,
a little potassium,
magnesium.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's great. Yeah, and then I like Element a lot, because I am a salty sweater, I that's been great for me. Um, I don't even though, like, in training and in life, I like the sparkling like, kinda the, carbonated, like Noon or like, those are super tasty, but
Mhm.
sometimes in, like, racing, I feel like my stomach gets a little upset. So Element's great. Well, Scratch is good. I don't use that as much now just because I've been liking drinking, like, not having sugar in my drinks. Um, and then also Salt Stick has, sodium pills and sodium caffeine pills, which are great. So I like to have a whole little
A
gamut.
lot of variety, okay. But that base performance one was new to me, I haven't heard of that little have you heard of that, Megan? Where you can
No,
listen
but
to
I'm gonna try it now.
we're
I'm
buying
also
it.
I didn't wanna interrupt. I have to hop off, but,
Okay.
I'm going to look that up because I too am like a super salty sweater. We've talked about this too. So I am definitely gonna look at that because that seems like it would help me.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know why it's not more talked about because it's better than just, like, straight table salt in
Yeah,
terms of taste.
which I've also done,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, yeah,
which is awful.
yeah.
uh,
But,
okay, Megan, we're
yeah,
sorry
yeah.
to tell
No,
you
no,
goodbye.
no,
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 I
it's
love
good
you.
okay.
to meet you briefly.
No worries. I know, I wish I didn't have to, but I'm definitely going to.
And have fun in Vermont. I know we won't get to talk about that, but
Yeah,
I hope it
I know, but I'm definitely gonna clue in because I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to pick up on all your
she'll listen. She'll listen to the podcast later. Okay, thanks, Megan. We'll see ya. Oh, okay, that's too bad. But she'll listen in later, and so she'll get all your tips. Um Yes, Megan, I can't remember what race she did, but she ended up, like, with table salt, like, in her hand, like, eating it because she was so depleted and
Have you ever been at a restaurant and, like, not even near a race, and just, like, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't have anything this morning." I can just, like, feel off, and so I was, like, at a restaurant, did a little, of s
you're like, you know what? I have not ever, like, tested myself or anything, but I am not a salty sweater. Like, I've done 100 miles and had no additional salt. And, like, I do this race in August here in Houston, and, I mean, it's pretty much just a sweat fest. Fine, like, no, I never have any salt issues, which is
Wow.
weird, but I do want to, like, be proactive, and I do take some just to, like, be okay, but I've never felt I don't know. I guess I'm not a salty sweater, so
Well, I think for me, like, and I'm sure other, salty sweaters can relate to this, but for a while, I didn't know I was, and, like, whether it's dehydration or it feels like I just my energy felt off, like, just, like it was, like, kind of a long-lasting problem for me, and also, like, I was susceptible to, like, you stand up and you're a little, like, lightheaded sort of thing because of my I was just off balance. Um, so that's maybe more extreme than for some people, but yeah, sodium is crazy how much it affects things, but also, like, I'm kinda jealous that you don't have to deal with it, but you also have your own, like you can't oversalt for you, because then it would be bad for you also, so
Right, yeah, you had to be careful, so it is good, like, I, of course, encourage people to go figure it out. I just haven't ever felt, like, super motivated to do that because 'cause I'm usually fine, but I am proactive, like, I do make sure I have salt like, I have options, and a lot of times I'll just take one just kind of because I should need one,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I like your tips, and usually I wind up taking, like, a capsule because I think like you, sometimes I just want water, I don't necessarily want stuff in my water all the time, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop into our next little segment is this week while running. And it can just be anything from your training, like maybe you're trying out some new training or like there's a workout that you really liked or had some success at or a failure, whatever, like anything that happened this week while running. So, if you're ready, you can go ahead and go first. Anything that you want to shout out from
Okay.
your
Well,
week.
I guess a quick funny thing for this week during running is so, on my run on Friday, I listened to your gear podcast because I'm a huge gearhead, and
Okay.
right when I finished the run, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta buy that tank top off Amazon because that's such a problem," not too compressed, but the right anyway, so I'm super excited for it to get here, so thank you for that. While running, I learned of that. Um, let's see, other than that, though, well, I guess, uh well, sometimes training doesn't go how you want it to, and I'm on Saturday so both the races I'm training for this year are higher elevation, and so I have this spot I really like up in Santa Fe, up in the mountains that's
Oh,
between 10 and 12,000 feet, it's
I'm Santa
awesome.
Fe. Yes.
I know, it's so great. Anyway, so I was doing this route, and I had this, like, big route planned just, by myself, which I do most of my training, but I I was a little nervous not knowing about what this one section was gonna be between these 2 peaks, and I got up there and I was like, I had it planned, and I'm like, "Well, I'll just try it." And, I mean, I love the views and I love, exploring new places, but I really don't like exposure, and I did this section that took a while, and I was scared, and I did not like it at all, and I got through it, and I cut my run short, and it was definitely not the day I was hoping for. I was hoping for this, like, huge mountain day that I was gonna feel like, I'm confident, look at me go, all this stuff, but, like, I was so, like, mentally drained from just, like I couldn't get out of this, like, it was just something about being alone and
Mm.
feeling just kind of something's a little risky, and I guess my takeaway from that was, like, first of all, it's, like, a single day, even if it's your long run, like, it doesn't make your training, it's just just another day in the training, and also, like, I was reminded that I don't like exposure, but I also, like, there's so many, you know, yeah, I guess I don't know, things I still am excited to get back in the mountains, and, like, this weekend, I have a big route planned with a lot of vert, and, I'm not gonna do that section again, but, yeah, I don't know, I guess my takeaway from that was, it's okay to be scared and okay to not wanna do something, and training doesn't make us any less of a trail runner if we don't like certain aspects or whatever, it's like
Mhm.
anyway, I don't know, I guess.
No, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, first, I'm gonna go back to this tank top because I bought it.
Did you? Oh.
And I don't know, I can't remember. Okay, so this whole, like, under the vest tank top thing, it drives me nuts because I was listening to I know Corinne Malcolm was talking about it, and I'm trying to think which podcast she was on because she's on lots of podcasts.
Mhm.
I wanna say it's the Trail Society. Do you listen to that podcast? So it's
Occasionally.
Yeah, so it's a lot. I mean, it's a females who
Mhm.
run the podcast, so there's a lot more, like, kind of female-focused stuff. They were talking about sports bras and how, it sports bras lose their elasticity really quickly, but also sometimes they're too tight, and how that can really squeeze you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so, I'm always like, "Yeah, like, I don't need a lot of support/, I need no support." And I don't think I mentioned this on our podcast, that I need actually no support. And, it was funny because Corinne in hers, there had been, like, a comment about the sports bras, and they were like, "Well, you could always just not wear one." And they were like, "Oh, like, that's a terrible thing to say," and, like, "Of course, we need a sports bra." And I'm like,
I mean, if you
"I
don't need a
actually
sports bra,
don't."
don't wear a sports bra. I am jealous, that's incredible.
Well,
Wow.
in some ways you can be jealous, in other ways not so much. And I actually tested this out one day at work. I had a track workout planned, and it's a track workout that I do around this, like, pond, so it's not, like, necessarily, like there's no other people, and it's just me on this pond that I call a track. And I forgot my sports bra, but I had a dark colored top that I could wear, and I was like, I'm gonna go like, I really wanted to run this workout, and you know how you get your workout in your head, and you're like, "I am running this workout." So I was like, I think I'll actually probably be fine, like, nobody will be able to tell if somebody comes up, and so I did. It was, 3/4 mile repeats, I think, like, times 7, so whatever. Like, it was a strenuous workout.
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
totally fine, and I was like, "Okay, I need no support."
I mean, that's
So
good to know too. I feel like for me, it's always like I feel like I'm buying the right size, but they feel like in the dryer, they just get I don't usually have a problem with them expanding, but I always feel like they just feel really tight, like in my
Right, right?
stomach,
Yeah.
and I have, like, all these marks, usually and even
Mhm.
ones I like, or you have a bunch of them, like, they're, like, nice bras, but, like, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
I have, like, scars from, like,
Yeah.
the chafing and stuff, and I'll get them up here as well, and so, anyway, the tank top that Megan recommended is great, actually, it's not too tight and all of those good things, so I'm enjoying her recommendation, but I
I'm
guess
hoping I got the right size because they said, like, the sizing was funny, but I'm getting it today, literally, as
Oh,
part of
okay.
my
Okay, you'll
MCA.
have to let us know. Um, yeah, I just also feel like I should probably message Corinne Malcolm and be like, "So, actually, it's not a crazy idea, but" and especially if you have, like, your vest on, I'm like, "Er,
Definitely.
pretty supportive."
Yeah, yeah.
So, anyway, okay, let me get back on track. So, when you say being exposed on the trail, like, what and how
Oh,
you're kind
sorry.
of feeling uncomfortable with that, yeah, I don't think it's because you don't have a sports bra on, I think it's, like I just wanted you to explain.
Yeah, sorry, I guess without the visual, so, just, like, rock face cliff exposure is what I'm
Okay.
talking about. So, yeah, no, not sun exposure or whatever, like,
Okay.
it was yeah, I mean, like, this one route had, like, this scramble over the top and then the supposedly easier route to the side. And it was easier to the side, but there was a couple spots where it was like here I am up at 12,000 feet by myself, like, I look to the right and there's a huge drop, and yeah, it's only for, like, a few yards at a time, maybe twice, and that was it, but, like, I was not happy.
Okay,
So,
so it's really kind of just, like, the risk a little bit.
yeah, I don't enjoy yeah, I don't enjoy risk in that way.
Well, and in some wa so I'm reading I've done the rim to rim to rim several times, and I love reading about the Grand Canyon, it's just such a cool place. And so I'm reading Kevin Facundo's A Walk in the Park right now, and it's they do the whole rim, so it's, like, several 100 miles, and some of the places are just so risky, and I agree with you, like, I like that kinda stuff, but it's almost like I want to be there with people, like, I need to know that somebody knows that I'm there, and they can either, like, claim my dead body or because I mean, r things can still happen, but
Of
it's
course.
something about being alone sometimes that just feels really uncomfortable.
Like, so, I mean, I had my I had my Garmin inReach with my husband tracking, but still, I mean, he's back in Albuquerque at home, and, like, I think it didn't help that there was this man that I had seen on the peak I just came from that had said I was like, "Oh, are you going across today?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I don't do that kind of thing anymore alone." I don't know if that also got in my head, but yeah, I couldn't get out of that mental, like, it was just and then I didn't see anybody for another hour and a half, so I couldn't, like
Mm.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know, I'll have weird moments like that as well. Sometimes I'll run super early in the morning, and there's this trail I like to do, and normally it's fine, but every once in a while I'll be up, and it's like 4 AM, and I'm alone, and I'm like, "I just don't wanna be on this weird trail out here in the dark by myself." And so I'll, like, hit the road or, find somewhere where there's just people around a little bit more, and that makes me feel more comfortable, but
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, had there been a group, who knows, it probably would have felt way better, like,
yeah.
but anyway, I
Yeah.
guess yeah, but, like, even if it's your long run and you have to adjust from what your plan is, it's like, it's totally okay, and it doesn't mean you're gonna, be any less
Well, so what
prepared.
did you wind up doing? You said you have another long run plan, but, like, when that kind of fell through, what did you wind up kind of finishing with?
Oh, well, I still did several hours in the mountains because of this just, like, the shortest loop back, but ended up just adding time to the next day,
Okay.
and, so, yeah, I didn't yeah, actually, I ended up cutting it, like, an hour short. My coach and I go based on time, and I don't know. It was just I don't know, it was one of those days, so, I don't know.
I mean, it's like
People
being
relate to that.
flexible is a huge
Yeah.
part of the game. It's something that
Mhm,
you certainly deal with in races, and so it's, like,
mhm.
not the worst thing to deal with when you're training as well, like, "Hey, this is actually
Like, we
good
don't
training."
always have to be, like, the most hardcore and finish everything, like, sometimes it's, like, okay to be like, "I don't really wanna do this today, but I'm still, like, hardcore," you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
anyway.
I think the reason why people try to hang on to that is for the confidence. It's like, I wanna know that I put the training in there, so when I get out in the race,
Mhm.
I can be like, "Oh, I did the training, like, this is all gonna be okay." And I sometimes, like, trick myself the other way. I'm like, "I am extra rested." Or, like, I stayed safe, and I'm showing up to a starting line feeling really good and really safe, and maybe, like, I cut a few workouts short, but, like, there's still, like, good reasons to do that, like you're saying.
Mhm. Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other runs yeah, anyway, runs have been great otherwise that week, so I was like, "It's fine. We're just, gonna move on." So it's fine.
Good, okay, well, you mentioned that you have a coach and you are a coach, so
Mhm.
let's talk about that for a minute. Who is currently your coach who are you working with?
Yeah, so I work with, Bailey Kowalczyk. She and I have been working together since January of 2021, so about 4.5 years. Um, or yeah, it's crazy how much time has flown by. Um, but I really like having a partnership. I like having, like, that, like, I love learning about I'm such a nerd with all of the details and all the gear and all the whatever, but I do like someone giving me something and then trying to be, like, accountable to that and, like, having that, like, "Good job, Sarah," you know?
Mhm. Just a
And,
feedback.
yeah, yeah, so and it's yeah, it's just great to have a feel like you're part of a team in that way and, like, yeah, you just kinda put some of that, like, "Oh, did I do enough or did I whatever?" It's like, she'll adjust, she'll do blah, 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 and I'll just do it, and that's been great. Yeah, she's awesome.
Good. Yeah, I know, sometimes it's nice just to, like I mean, it's even the reason why sometimes I'll go to, like, a group fitness class because 'cause I'm like, I want somebody else to do the music and tell me what to do and call it a day, you know?
Definitely, groups, like, spin classes are awesome, and they're so hard when they're like, "And go, go," and I'm like, "I can't go any harder."
I know, and they're watching you, it's like, "Dang
I
it,
know.
you can see what I'm doing." Okay, so and then as far as, like, your coaching, how do you organize that, and what does that look like for you?
So I just do a little coaching right now. I have a couple athletes that I work with. I'm newer to it, but I just really enjoy one-on-one working with people. I like problem solving I like being able to have an appreciation for where a person's at and being able to work with them. I like trying to, yeah, just like help. Yeah, I like the puzzle of it, of being able to work with someone, and I also and getting the feedback of how do you feel about this? Like, and just trying to gauge growth and excitement and different things based on different things they're saying or writing to me. And, yeah, it's just really rewarding, and it's it's definitely my part-time, gig, but I love doing it, so.
Good. Okay, well, so just because this is a good place to shout out, like, do you have openings or
Oh, sure.
how do people find you to if they need a coach?
Oh, absolutely. If someone wants to work together, I'd be super open to it. They can just reach out to me on Instagram or my email. Yeah, maybe you could share that or however it works there. But yeah, if it feels like maybe we chat a little bit and see if there's if I can help you with your goals and it feels like we'd make a good team. I would love to work with anybody, so that'd be cool.
Oh, alright. Well, we'll put your information in the show notes. I love saying
Okay.
that because, um, like, it's something you say and, like, don't do, but I do it. So and
But if
I'm
you
up to
just
my
search my
game.
name on Instagram, you could
Yeah.
also just do
Yeah,
that.
no.
It's
And, like, if
totally
people like, if I don't have the show notes out yet, then they could do that, but I have upped my game recently in show notes, so I'm confident.
I
We'll
mean, I
blast
saw
it out
all those
there.
gear links. I mean, that was impressive.
See? That's what
Yeah,
that took a minute,
I'm
so
sure it did.
yeah. So I have dropped the ball a few times on my show notes, but I'm back in the game. Okay, that's super cool and exciting. I wanna talk about music a little bit because you say you're a music lover. And I have become a little obsessed with my marathon playlist because, I ran a marathon. I ran 2 marathons this year, and I
Oh,
haven't raced a road marathon in, like, a decade. And
which ones did you
so,
do?
I did the Houston Chevron, which is our big one
Uh-huh.
here. And then I a friend got me into the Woodlands Marathon, which is, like, more of a local race here. It's just a month after Houston. And I wound up running a 3:05, which I didn't really know I was doing that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, so now I have to break 3 because 'cause I'm pretty close." So I'm, like, always adding so I'm gonna do Chevron again in the winter, I hope, if I'm recovered from this stupid injury, and, so I'm always putting my playlist together. So I'm like, "Okay, what music do you like, Sarah? What do you listen to and would
Oh,
recommend?"
well, also, I guess, yeah, backtracking on that a little bit. So part of the so back when I was when I first started college, I was actually a trombone performance major at Indiana University. Um, and so I did a ton of, like I mean, I was a well, I am still a huge nerd, if we're being honest, but, like, I did all the marching band and the like, if anybody knows drum corps, I did drum corps, all those
Sweet.
things, or orchestra, yeah. And, yeah, so I, like, did a ton of, like, training and played piano growing up also. I went to school, ended up switching to a different degree after my freshman year, but, my husband, who I met there, is still, like, he's professional trombonist, like, he plays classical, like, in the
Hey,
symphony. Yeah.
right.
And, yeah, so, anyway, so, like yeah, so I both love to play, and I like to, like, arrange music and sort of things like that, but I also, more relatably, I do like normal music also. Like
No, you and Rachel Enterkin, she could, like, get on the piano and you can trombone.
oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
she did that, that's so cool.
Yeah, she's like she I think okay, it was at one of the aid stations, which I'm forgetting the name, I was there. It's, like, up in this cabin on Cocodona. What aid station was it? There's a piano, like, in this kind of cabin-y thing, and she, like, starts playing in the middle of
Mid-race?
Cocodona.
What?
Yeah,
That's
so,
epic.
you guys need to, like, do a compilation.
Well, I don't practice anymore, but
With your husband, okay.
yeah, she'll though we do play duets sometimes, and he humors me with that, and his dad also teaches trombone, so the 3 of us have played, anyway, it's a lot of trombones in this house, but, but yeah, no, I mean, listen, in running, I love anything with a good beat. I love, oh man, uh, yeah, I mean, anything from, like, mashup pop stuff to rock to, like, really into, like, Daft Punk, like, radio, like, I love that kind of I don't know, that kinda jam. Uh I don't know, just any I don't know about you, do you ever, like I feel like when I'm running and I need to be hyped, unless it's, like, I don't know, a particularly good playlist, I like things that I recognize, so I tend like, sometimes I'll do, like, I don't know, you know, early 2000s, like, jam, and I'm
Yeah,
just
you go
like
back to your, like, teenage self and your
yeah,
fat teenager
yeah.
knew what was up.
Exactly.
Yeah, all those
So,
good
what kind
times.
of music do you
Hey,
like?
well, I was just gonna say, send us if you think of something that you really are loving, just message me and I'll include it in the show notes, and so other people could use it. But I'm kind of picky. I mean, being a clarinetist, is that how you
Oh,
say it?
okay.
I can nerd out
Nice.
with you.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Um, but so no, I don't play the clarinet anymore, but I did all through high school. I was in the pep band,
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
pretty sweet. Um, I am picky, like, I almost know instantly. It's like when you put on a pair of running shoes and you're like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Music is kinda the same way depending on the race.
Mhm.
Like, if I'm running a 5K, it's like, it better be going like 1,000 miles a minute, because 'cause I'm
Mhm.
just, like, running for my life the whole time, but I do try it. So, like, this marathon playlist, it's like, I wanna, like, not freak out in the first, half an hour. I gotta kinda pace myself, so I try to go a little more mellow and then build into something real crazy at the end, and
I like
and
that, though I was picturing something, like, way too chill, like some, like, lullaby at the beginning. I'm like, "Oh, no, that wouldn't work either."
no, like, my chill on this marathon, it was like Adele's I just opened up. But, like, anytime I hear a good song, I'm like, I add it to the playlist
Oh,
because
me
I do
too.
like
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
like, get some fresh stuff. So,
totally. Yeah, I have a
anyway.
Sarah's Likes playlist, I just keep adding things to it.
Yeah, it's like and then it can kinda, like, scramble around a little bit, and before the marathon, though, I nail it down to, like, okay, here's the chill stuff, and then it gets a little more intense, and okay, let's move on because
Okay.
we're getting stuck. Um, let's move on. Okay, so we do need to talk Vermont 100 because that's Megan's next race,
Okay,
and
let's
you
do it.
crushed it last year. So, I don't know, like, is there anything that stands out about the race? I'm sure she would want us to, like, begin at the beginning and then, like, tell us everything you did. And so maybe we'll indulge her since she's not here, and I don't know, is there, like, anything that you normally do to get ready for your races in general that helps you or, maybe specific to Vermont, anything that you did there, just getting ready and kind of getting to the starting line in the beginning of the race?
Okay. Let's see. Specifically for Vermont. So, well, I guess things related to like the day before and the week of, like, I really like having like any logistics and things with crew or drop bags or however you're getting your refuel to be kind of have logistics planned out ahead of time. I don't like having to like do all of that and tell everybody like the breakdown like the day before. And so like I like to keep that like so like when I'm like, so my like when I see my family or friends or whoever is there with me, then beforehand we can just like hang out and we can just like have a nice time and like things like that. But then like the week before and particularly the day before, I'm thinking like I make sure I'm never hungry. That's another thing. Like if you're hungry, like sometimes maybe you're like, "Oh, I'll just wait like a little bit for blah blah blah. Just eat. Like just do it. And then also hydration, like stay on top of that stuff, particularly if you're a salty sweater. Like I I mean, I drink electrolyte drinks most of the day, but like I really stay on top of it then. And uh and then, like, another thing I've been doing is, like, the day before I mean, I think everybody has, like, what they like to eat the night before. For me, I've really been liking a big burger early dinner. Like, there's something just very satisfying, like a big protein bomb, like, a lot of salts, that's just, like, I don't know, it's been great. And then in terms of, like, sleep the night before, I know everybody's kind of like some people can do it, some people can't. But I remember hearing once on this podcast of where it just, like, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna lay there and you're just gonna, like, try to relax, and if you fall asleep, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool. You're still gonna have a great day tomorrow. That's what I tell myself. And then Vermont is a super early start. It's like I think I woke up or so the start's at 4 a.m. I think I know people probably get up quite a bit earlier than I do. I think I got up at 2:30. I mean, so I only do an hour and a half, but it's so early. I'm just like, I
Mhm.
can't I can't do it. But, and then, like, yeah, I have this my natural instinct is to, like, I gotta have the coffee and all the water and the snacks and everything. My husband's always trying to tell me, he's like, "Sarah, don't pound all the food at once. You're gonna feel bad." So I, like, try to, like, just, like, chill out and, like, that sort of thing. Um But yeah, Vermont, obviously you're starting in the dark, even though it's been July. Um, but yeah, you kind of like start finish is oh yeah, it's like this huge like field and like the
Yeah,
day
so
before.
did you camp out? 'Cause, Megan was talking about that, how a lot of people camp out because it's kind of not close to anything, and I know she's planning on staying in a hotel because she's like, "No, I want, like, a bathroom and, like,
Well, so I
light."
did not camp. I know plenty of people that did, and I'm sure that was an awesome experience. Since my so I booked this just like multiple room like suite type thing with my this is my parents and like I had like just for my whole group, so we all were in this one place, and there's no way my parents were gonna camp like the night before. They're so amazing, but I don't think they're gonna. We need to be comfortable. And, well, I wanna be comfortable, let's be honest. But we stayed at, like, um it wasn't far, it was, like, 15, 20 minutes away.
Okay.
I can't think of the town right now, but there was a few options, and there's also some, like, Airbnb houses if you have a big crew that can split the cost too, like, that's, like, pretty reasonable, and also another thing that worked out great was because oh, it was nice for my crew to be able, like, during the middle of the race to be able to occasionally go back to the hotel, but, like,
Mhm.
the way the course kind of, um, is like a clover, it kinda comes around that area that it was easy for them to, like
Okay, yeah, so there's, like, some time where it's like, "Okay, a solid chunk of time they could go reset
Mhm,
it.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah, but, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific, um, until before the start, yeah, sure, uh, yeah,
Yeah, I guess just, like, she was wondering about camping and stuff like that. Oh, there was something else that you said that I wanted to hit on, but now I'm forgetting. Oh, okay, that was it. So you said, like, you like to have your plan nailed down
mhm.
before you actually, like, meet up in person and stuff. Is there a way that you do that? I mean, is it just, like, emailing? Do you guys hop on, like, a Zoom call? Like, how do you organize so you don't have to do all of that right before the race?
So, I know some people like it, some people don't, but I love logistics, and I have an Excel spreadsheet for every event. I just really like breaking it down, and I like specifying each thing is like, "What Sarah's grabbing? What blah, blah, blah," And so I do that, and I try to, like because it's also, like it's helpful for me, but also helpful for them to, like if I'm just, like, very clear and, like, probably, if we're being honest, overly detailed,
Mhm.
then they can know what I need,
Uh-huh.
and I think it worked great, and yeah, let's see, in this case, so I talked I think I talked with people, I don't think we did a Zoom call all like, together, but I talked with people kind of been, like,
Okay, like,
sent me this and, "What questions do you have?" and
okay.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, having been crew and pacer for others, I am like, "Please just, like, direct and honest." Like, because
Mhm.
if you're like, I'm just here to help you, and if you
Right.
can't tell me how to help you, then you're gonna get frustrated, and I'm not gonna know what I'm doing, so
Right.
let's just
Yeah,
have it
exactly,
out.
exactly. And I try to give obviously, like, you have no idea what's gonna happen in ultra in terms of, like, timing, like, particularly the longer the distance, but I try to give, like, rough things, and I'm like I mean, so one specific thing for Vermont is, because the course isn't published online because there's so much private land that needs to be honored and not gone on like by not race time, then there's also like you have to make sure to follow the instructions that the race director says about getting between the places. And so one thing that I did, I literally went on on Google Maps, you can like make your own routes and things like
Right.
that. And so I took her written instructions and put them on Google Maps. And I know that's like probably a lot for some people, but like
No, it's
there's
freaking
just like
awesome.
yeah, but there's,
I
like
know.
there's not there's, like, really, like, not great cell service, certain things that I just wanted if someone wanted to, like, to have an estimate how long it's gonna take to get there, and, like, I try to add things like, eh, somebody might wanna take a break and go, like, go back to the hotel or whatever, like, if you wanna do that, now would be a good time, or certain things, because I don't want them to feel like because I know there's a lot of responsibility that people feel in a because it's like, they wanna do a good job, and it's like, if I can, by giving extra details, be like, "It's totally fine." I also tell them, "If you don't make it, it's okay." Like, there's wonderful aid stations. Like, these people, the volunteers there are incredible. Like, if you don't get there, it's okay. Um, like, yeah, and so if more than anything else, like, I mean, yes, I got a lot of fuel from them, but just seeing their faces and, like, knowing I get to see them again in however many miles, that really is what, like, is the boost. So
Yeah. Well, I love it. Like I said, having been in that position, like, to me, the more honestly, like, I feel like as crew and pacer, like, I need to be figuring that stuff out for you, but if you're also figuring that out for you and then we kind of, like, put it together, like, that's gonna be amazing, you know?
totally, totally, absolutely, yeah, yeah, I think probably just depends on who's in the crew, who has, like, different knowledge about certain things, and it's
Mhm.
if I hope to do Vermont again at some point. If we do it again, then we're already, like I think everyone's gonna be like, "Okay, we know where things are." Because I think there's
Mhm.
some people, because of the lack of cell service and certain things that, like, they're like, "Oh, I'm worried about getting there." But it's like, "You're gonna be fine." Like, it's actually very easy to get around. My crew didn't have any problems. I don't think anybody like, just follow the instructions and it'll be fine, you know? So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, the 4th grade, like, what
Yeah.
you're supposed to learn in 4th grade, follow the instructions, man. Okay, so take us into the race now, like, how did it start? How'd the miles go by? Maybe a little course description, and just, like, how were you feeling?
Yeah, so we started, um yeah, we started out I mean, yeah, moving I'd say there's a good group of us that are all moving along pretty good. I feel like the longer the distance, the more I think in general, I tend to be more conservative than like, I'm actually working on trying to, like, push earlier,
Okay.
but, um like, the longer it is, the more I feel like I'm like, let's just I feel, like, pretty confident in just, like, eh, I don't care about the end result, but I'm just gonna sit in what I think I is sustainable, and Vermont was my first 100, and so, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know at some point it's gonna be uncomfortable no matter how much I've trained and how well I do at, eh, different factors, but I think it's just, like, I just went out there with the mentality of just, like, having fun, just enjoying the miles, like, I really try to stay on top of hydration and fueling because it's amazing how much that impacts both physical and mental state. And, but yeah, I think the miles were just kind of like it felt pretty humid in the morning, like, it actually felt, which for us in the drier climates
I'm like,
right
"Wow."
now,
Yeah.
I know it's nothing compared to what you
Houston, I'm, like, always dying, but yeah, you probably felt I mean, man, Albuquerque's so dry, so
it's so dry.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, we were just kind of all doing our thing and, um, I mean, the course is gorgeous. I mean, it's Eh, just stunning the entire time, like, even whether you're on trails, you're on dirt roads, like, I personally love that kind of running. Like, I'd say for the most part, in terms of, like, the technicality of it, like, I mean, you did there were some technical spots, like going through the woods or coming down some grass fields that were, like, lumpy, but in general, I mean, it was very smooth, like, pretty smooth. I mean, I wore road shoes,
I was just gonna ask, I was like, "Wow, you could get away with some shoes on this."
I mean, there are people that I think would might disagree or think whatever, but yes, I think you can totally I think you should yeah, wear it's enough smooth that I mean, assume you're not wearing something that you already feel unstable in on the road, like, I wouldn't do
Okay.
that. But if you have decent ankles and you like a pair of shoes, if that's road or trail, then I think you should wear those.
Okay, what
'Cause
did you wear? What did you wear for it?
I wore the New Balance SC Trainer V2 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't worn New Balance in a while, but I wore 'em a few years ago and really liked them. I'm not a loyal shoe person, I'm like,
Oh, I'm not
"Whatever."
loyal either.
I know, I'm
I have
like,
so many shoes.
"Alright, we'll have to have you back on to, like" 'cause so Megan and I in our gear review, we didn't get to shoes because 'cause we're like,
I
"That's a
know.
whole
I
'nother
was about to
thing."
say, I was if you want a third person on to talk shoes,
Okay, okay, we'll have you back for shoes 'cause that will be fun. I was actually looking at my shoes and I'm like, I need more."
always, always.
So, yeah, yeah. I know,
Well,
we could
what's your
talk here
go-to trail
forever.
shoe right now?
You know what? I am always I have not found it.
Oh, or road
Um,
shoe. What's your favorite shoe currently?
okay. I don't know all the secret names of them, like, I just know
Okay,
I
okay.
just bought the Adidas it's like the trainer for the super shoe.
Oh, the Agravic,
Okay, see,
speed
we need to
not
have
the
you on 'cause
Ultima.
you know the fancy names. I'm just like, "It's the Adidas, the new one." Um, man, I'm loving it. It's so
I have
good.
the carbon plated version. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have the trainer though, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, so for Houston, I wore the Asics super shoe, loved it. I
Okay,
mean,
I have that
there's
also.
almost not a super shoe I don't
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
They're all so
Do
good.
you like the Edge or the Sky though?
What's of the Asics?
Of the A6 Metaspeed. Do you know which one you
Which
have?
one did I get? Oh, what are
It's
the
okay.
options?
Edge or Sky?
It was the
Cadence or Sky?
Sky. It
Oh,
was the
okay.
Sky. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll have to get ready for the shoe review because I don't know all the fancy names. But I did. So, my friend wore the Asics. It was an Asics Trail Super Shoe. I cannot remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up, but I put that
The
shoe
Meta
on.
Fuji?
What was it?
Is it the Meta Fuji or the Fuji Speed?
I'll have to
Those are
look.
their carbon plated trail shoes, I think.
Oh my gosh, I put that on my foot and I was like, "I have died and gone to heaven." It was amazing.
Oh, okay. Wow. You're
So
gonna have to get
so
a
that'd
pair
be
then.
interesting too for Vermont, maybe now that trail shoes have some of the
Oh,
super,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's time. It's time to super
Definitely.
shoe that trail.
Though if you're yeah, it's like though there you know how, like, there's some shoes that you really wanna like and everybody likes, but they don't fit your foot? Don't wear those either. If
No,
there's a
okay,
version
well,
not
what's
a
that for
specific
you?
one.
Do you have
I'm
one of
not saying
those?
there's a specific one, but, like, yeah, it's just like, you don't wanna wear something for hours on end that
Well, that
aren't
I mean, I've never been able to do the Hoka Speed Goat. I'm like, "No." Like, I don't know, this does not feel good on my foot. And so everybody wears them. I don't. I'm always but I am always looking. I don't have I have the Saucony Trail carbon plated shoe and I like it,
mm.
but, um, when I tried that Asics Trail Super Shoe, I was like, "Oh, yeah."
I'm wondering
So,
which E6 one you tried because I tried one of them and I found it so narrow that it didn't work
this
for
one was
me.
not narrow because I'm, like,
Oh.
almost, like, wear ultras, like, I'm always for
Oh,
the wider toe
okay,
box.
you must have tried the one I didn't try then. That's interesting.
Okay.
'Cause I
Well,
love ASICS, I know, yeah.
we are going to push pause on this
Yeah, sorry,
discussion. One,
sorry.
because I am not prepared. I need the fancy names, but also, like, let's do it because I love to talk about it. Like, this is like me and celebrities. I'm like, one celebrity who has the brown hair, like, I'm just not good at it, but I love it. I love it regardless. So it'd be fun to talk about it with you who does know all the fancy names. So, okay,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can wear you can wear like a solid super shoe on this trail. That's good to know.
but I
Okay,
think
so
yeah, but there's yeah, I mean, like, I totally think you can, yeah, but, yeah, I'm not saying that everybody should. I think you should just wear what you've been training in, and I've just done a lot of miles well, I did a lot of road and gravel runs on like, in those, and I had planned on, "Oh, maybe I'll switch to another shoe part way," but it it was like it worked for me. Um, uh, but yeah, the course is gorgeous. Yeah, I felt just very, like, within my own yeah, just, like, keeping my effort in check and just, like I felt just, like, very just, like, excited to be there, and I think that's the if you can yeah, just yeah, try to be in the moment and, like, when you're just, like, you're struggling or whatever, and you're just, like, just, like, look up a lot of the time and you get some sort of inspiration, you know? And,
mhm,
but yeah, and then, I saw my family and the rest in my crew and stuff, like, each aid station and, um we had that all planned out for the most part. Oh, cooling, if you can, like, stay on top of ice and water and stuff like that, like, um, whether it's hot or not, peop that makes a huge
so cool.
difference.
Yeah.
Mhm. Um, let's see, what other things? I mean, yeah, and then I think my lowest points were maybe, like I always feel like that, like, after you get halfway, but you don't feel like you're in, like, near the end yet, like that, like,
Like mile
60
70,
yeah,
like
yeah,
60 yeah,
exactly.
65, 70 30 miles
It's
is
like
still a lot.
yeah, definitely just like, "Oh, no," but yeah,
Well, when you hit that, like, it's kind of like this mental moment where you're like, "Oh, geez." For me, it's like when I think about, like, a 5K, it's like the 2nd mile, like, the 1st mile's fun, the last mile, you're almost done, and the middle mile, you're just like,
mhm.
"Dang, I am hurting, and I still have a long way to go." So what are some things that maybe you tell yourself, or what's something, like, even in Vermont that got you through that just kind of what do you use to kinda give yourself a boost or, like, to stay focused? And exactly, like, I mean, Vermont, you just crushed, so it's not like you could let up on those miles where maybe you felt like letting up. So what is like, how did you kinda just keep your speed and keep pushing yourself?
Um, well, one thing it's more been a mantra that I've been thinking about this year. It's less of something oh, well, they're all versions of it, but one thing I've liked recently was this idea of, like, commit for yourself. Like, I'm telling myself, like, because we all have our reasons of why we're there, and whether they're, like, whether it's whatever the reason is, and we might have these goals of all these different facets of goals, and in the moment, I mean, it's really hard like, you can still be committed to your why, but then also, like, kinda mentally give up, and,
Mhm.
like, this idea when I've been telling myself, "Well, commit for yourself," it's like, it like, be the best you can in this moment, like, that's all you can do, like, that's you're gonna grow from this. If you just try you try now. And it's like and so things that I would tell myself I remember in Vermont was like I like writing things on my arm even though of course they go away mid-pace.
Yeah.
But like be where you are, like you're strong, you're capable. Like commit. I just really like that telling myself commit because it feels like I'm like, yeah, like imagine a coach telling you like, come on, you got this, you're so strong, just keep going, keep going. And, yeah, I think so those sorts of things yeah, yeah, those are the sorts of things during Vermont that I remember telling myself. Um, or like, "You get to see your family soon. You get to see your husband Aaron soon." You whatever, you get to see, and it's like, you just tell yourself little things or like, you get to I don't know, you get to have a Snickers bar at the next whatever you have to tell get to that tree, like, and
But
just
I
like
love I mean,
mhm,
it's always kind of like this peeling back of an onion
mhm,
where the race just strips away all of this exterior motivation and ego, and you wind up kind of like what you're saying, you wind up with yourself. And
mhm,
so, like, yes, you can have kind of these other purposes and these other ideas and these other whys, but at the
mhm,
end of the day, you're stuck with yourself, and yourself has to get you there. And
mhm,
so I like that idea of just committing to yourself and having that
mhm,
be just the very center of
mhm.
getting you through those hard miles.
Yeah, because that doesn't look like there's no pace or even, like, objective effort related to commit to yourself. It's literally like, one thing I wanna work on now is, like yeah, it's like you're in a spot right now, it's like, if I commit to myself, maybe can I push that motivation, that energy level, that whatever, turn it up slightly? Like, am I doing what I can right now? And,
Mhm.
like, of course, that's really hard to maintain, but it's just, like, I feel like the more times you can check in with yourself and say, like, "Come on, commit to yourself. You're strong. You got this. Like, keep going. Like, you're like, it's gonna be great, just keep trying," you know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I actually when Faith, I can't say her last name, was
Yank
attempting
Yeah.
the 4 under like, breaking the 4-minute mile, and, Diljeet, she's the BYU head track coach and field, coach, and she was commentating. I don't know if
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
knew that, but so I'm, like, obsessed with her because 'cause I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she's just, like, this cool woman, this great coach," and that like, she will scream that at her runners, like, "You are the woman, like, you are the one," and just really
Yeah.
taking on that responsibility for yourself, but, like, also, like, being honest with yourself, like, "Hey,
Mhm,
am I really out here racing and doing what I can do and being strong
mhm,
like I know I can?" And
mhm.
so,
Yeah,
it's cool.
totally, I love that. I've heard actually people I heard this podcast about someone talking about, a couple years ago when Adam Peterman won, worlds in, well, Thailand, I think. Anyway, I think I heard somebody talk about they were, like, watching the race, and he was this final climb. I sorry if I'm misremembering this, it's hardcore either way, but he was, like, yelling to himself, "Come on, Adam, come on!" Like, kinda, like, to himself, but, like, sometimes
Yeah.
you hear the words, like, it's so hype and motivating.
Motivating, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool, okay. So bring us home, like, oh my gosh, like,
Mhm.
you led the whole race for
Uh,
women as far as I heard, is that right?
no, 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 there's this, other awesome runner who was ahead of me, um, through, like, 55 miles or so, and, actually, I remember early on in the race, like, around 30 miles, I remember someone saying, "There's a woman leading," and it wasn't me, it was this other woman,
Is it
um, Lila,
Lita
I think?
or Lila? Yeah, I think it's Lila.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think her name's
I
Lila, and I
yeah,
remember
you're right.
thinking, like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome," and feeling so motivated by that. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, is a woman gonna do this? Like, gonna win this?" And then I remember feeling so hyped by that and being like, "Well, I should stay committed, push too," you know?
Hey,
And,
come
like, I
on,
was
second, let's
yeah,
go.
like, it was awesome, and yeah, so I ended up I saw her a little over halfway, I think, um and then so then after that, then, yeah, I had the lead after that, but yeah, no, she was leading the charge
Well,
for
you
a
know that
while.
she wound up in, like, a sprint off with
I do.
Justina.
Yeah.
We're trying to get some footage of that. I'm like, "Who has this footage?" Because that's gotta be amazing.
That's incredible. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But, yeah, no, I didn't see anybody again. I made a wrong turn at one point. I added, like, 5 or 10 minutes, but, like, at, like, 70 or 60 or
Oh,
70.
right when it's hard too,
Yeah,
dang.
right when it's hard. But, yeah, but yeah, oh, and then I had one of my good friends drove, is his name, and he joined me from when Pacers could start around, um, I don't remember what it was, 70 or something like that. And it was just nice to have the company. Like, I also hadn't seen him in a while, so that was fun to just share those miles. And, yeah, it was, and then I think we saw a number of the, like, 100K runners because, they had the way the loop, um
Okay, yeah, sometimes that's fun, just, like, see
yeah, so
people
there's a
meeting.
more people, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of really nice people out there, like, all the volunteers and all of, like, just, like, the people at the aid stations were so, like, just brought so much energy, like, in addition to my family that was there,
Mhm.
and, but yeah, and then, yeah, getting to the I think he was like I really try to break up events, like, think of them whether it's aid station, or however you wanna do it, but just, like I mean, that's easier said than done, like, in the moment, it's like particularly when you're at mile 70 and you're like, "Oh, no, I still have 30 to go," but it's like, "No, just get to
Yeah,
s" you know?
yeah, just
Yeah,
it's just 7 more miles,
yeah.
which
No,
sounds
but
like
it
a
was
short run.
yeah. It was an amazing experience, but with my parents having lived there now for 6 or 7 years, then there was, like yeah, I don't know, there's just, like, so I flew there, and then we all drove over, and it was just, like it was just a really special experience, like, the whole time, and, like, the way the race and everything was put together. The race director, Amy's so kind and did such a great job, like, it was awesome, so
Yeah, that is kinda cool. It's kinda, it's your home with your parents, you kind of have that
Mhm,
family connection there
mhm,
and stuff, so I can see that
yeah,
being and it's just special to do something like have an adventure in a place where your family is, because it just kind of ties those bonds and, your parents getting to, like, see it, like, an area where they're living and just
mhm,
be out, in areas that could be new or just,
yeah.
impact them and be personal to them, so I'm sure that was
And
special for
another
all of
great
you.
thing about Vermont is there's so many aid stations just because of it's just not in the remote, like I mean, it is remote, but not the same way that some, like, mountainous hundreds are or whatever, that it's um, that's nice. So you get to see them, like, 10 times or something if you want
Mm.
to. Um, so
Yeah, so it keeps them engaged with you. Okay, well, so
yeah.
how did the race finish? Like, how were you feeling? I mean, what and then just, like, through the finish line, like, being the first place woman and
Yeah. I mean finishing was I mean, it was both a relief and, like yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I yeah, I mean, I was so stoked to be done at that point, but I was also just like, yeah, I mean, I was happy and very tired and, yeah, I mean, it was yeah, it was just I mean, I think yeah, it was just a special experience with my family there, like, I just yeah, and then have them there, and then, of course,
Mm,
there's, like, a lot of great cheers, like, right at the finish, and I love, like, got a finish line picture with my crew right in front of there, and it's just, like it's definitely something I'm gonna remember forever, and I have some in-laws that came, like, my mother-in-law and one of my sister-in-laws who came and, like, were on my crew too and, like, have never been around ultra running, and, like, I mean, I think it was an incredible experience for them too, and it was just, like, so amazing, and yeah, I mean, everyone was so kind and, very, like, "Wow, you did it," and that was really I mean, it was really cool. It was really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
So
that's so awesome to have your family be there to, like, see you, do something great and something really special that,
mhm,
like, everybody's everybody's goal and dream, so but I
definitely.
don't wanna say I mean, you have lots of other races going on. I mean, we've kind of focused on Vermont, um, but lots of other good racing. Is there another race that you also enjoy? I mean, like, I could see Vermont just being like, that was the it race, and, like, especially like you describe it with your family and stuff being there in a special place, but, like, Black Canyon, you've done a few times, or, like, are there any other races that you have coming up that you're excited about, or just, like, looking back, like, "Oh, that was a really great race," and maybe you wanna do it again, or
Oh, yeah. I mean oh, yeah, no, I just love the adventure, and I mean, I genuinely wanna do every race that I sign up for, like, yeah, I really enjoyed Black Canyon when I did the 50K or 60K and did the 100K this last year, and I definitely wanna do that again. I mean, that was really awesome. I like the runnable I like doing courses that are runnable and fast also, and that was fun, and also just, like, the energy, there's so many people there, both, like, on course, like because just the permitting, there's just, like, way more people allowed in each event, like, there's something it's really neat, just the sheer size of Black Canyon. And then to shout out, a local race here in New Mexico, the Jemez Mountain Trail Run, they do an awesome job. They have a 50-mile, 50K, and 30K, in the mountains starting in Los Alamos, New Mexico, and
Mm.
that's a beautiful course, and let's see, coming up, I'm leading up to Run Rabbit Run 100
yes, okay.
yeah, in Steamboat in September, and I'm doing in a couple weeks, actually, I'm doing, Speed Goat 50K is like a training run, high altitude practice, so, yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, I just wanna say from Megan and I, like, super fangirling, congratulations on your Vermont finish, that was amazing, but also just excited to see how you do in your upcoming races.
Thank you.
Um, it's super fun to get to know you a little bit, and it'll be fun to keep following and, share maybe, have you on again and do a shoe review and talk music and a few more good things. But before we close, I asked you to see if you had a quote that you wanted to share that's, like, meaningful to you or, just provide some inspiration.
Oh, well, I've really enjoyed being on the podcast and getting to know you also. Well, I guess when I was thinking about it earlier, I mean, I mean, without a doubt, so many inspirational things that could be good here, but honestly, I think because it's just been so relevant in my training and racing, just like the commit for yourself, just like that, so not from anyone else other than what I think in my own head, but
Right.
I just think you can take that in any way you want, but I think it's powerful and I wanna, yeah, continue to
Alright, we got our inspirational quote by Sarah Gage.
Oh.
But I love that too. A lot of times, like, sometimes even going to workouts, I'll be nervous because it's like, "Oh, this is a really hard workout," and you get started and maybe you're not feeling like, "Oh, this might not be what I want it to be," or I'm just not feeling like I'm gonna throw down on this workout, and I have kinda what something that I tell myself is just be strong. Like,
Mhm,
whatever that means, like, you can be strong no matter how you're feeling, and that might not be, like, the number that you want at the end, or it might not be the result, but if you can be strong, like, that's enough, and I think that applies to, like, just committing for yourself, like you're saying, like, that's the
mm,
commitment is to be your best with whatever you got, right? Like,
mhm,
whether it's your
mhm,
A day or not, you can still
mhm,
commit to
mhm.
yourself and to what you're doing out there.
And then another one, "Women can." No, but
Heck yeah, you showed everybody that.
yeah.
I love that. So good. Okay, well, I'm excited to have you on again soon. We'll have to schedule another time to meet up. Um,
Yeah, I'm seriously obsessed with shoes, so if you want to talk
okay.
shoes, then
No, I
by all
do, and we'll like so we'll do it where you gotta have your show and tell ready because now we're putting this on
I
YouTube, so
hope
it's
that
gonna
your
have to be
audience has a is a judgment-free zone because I have a lot of shoes, like, I
I just honestly, I could talk about this stuff forever, and it's so funny, like, I'll talk but I talk about it like this, like, I half don't know what I'm saying because
Mhm,
I don't know all the words and stuff, so I'm like,
mhm,
"I can just talk about this forever," and I actually get nowhere because I can't remember the details. So it will help me to, like, prepare and nail down some details and then, like, go through things because I think fi and that's kind of this podcast as well, is, like, we share items and tips because it is so helpful to find that 1 or 2 things that changes a race for you or, something that was a problem before and to take that problem away is like, "Oh, what a relief." Like, I'm so glad I found this, you know, vest or pair of shoes or, like,
mm,
whatever piece of gear it is that can really turn things around for you or make you a lot more comfortable. I mean, it's nice to think that you could be more comfortable when you're out there running 100 miles.
oh my gosh. Yeah, well, that's why I enjoyed your gear podcast so much, I was, like, taking notes, and I was like, "Oh gosh, this is good
Well, you
stuff."
don't have to take notes, it's all in the
Oh, well, I was listening, and then after I was like, "Oh,
there,
I
I
don't
got
have to
you a list
remember."
for you. Okay, Sarah, well, we will be in touch. Thanks so much for coming on today, and I'm sure Megan will be listening to get all the tips from Vermont as well.
Well, thanks so much for having me. Have a good night.
Alright.